Let's kick off the show from the environment sector, where the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has launched the Climate Investment Opportunities Diagnostic document that will help Lagos align climate priorities with financing solutions. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who launched the policy document at the 11th Lagos International Climate Summit, announced the formation of Lagos Carbon as Africa's first domestic environmental market, designed to channel investment into decarbonization and regenerative projects across Lagos State. Take a look.
I'd like to welcome in our midst the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu. Governor, the Deputy Governor, Your Excellencies,
the 11th Lagos International Climate Change Summit brings together the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his deputy Kadri Amzat, members of the State Executive Council, environmentalists, traditional rulers, and policy makers to deliberate on how to protect and sustain the future of the commercial city of Lagos. Environmental pollution is a major challenge confronting Lagos, but the state government is taking advantage of the opportunities the environment offers, calling on the citizens to support the steps taken.
This year's summit also provides an opportunity to bridge a crucial gap, the gap between visionary climate action and sustainable financing needed to make it a reality. Our mission is clear: to unlock the capital that will help us build a resilience, drive innovation, and protect our coastal future as Lagos. Lagos State isn't just talking about this vision. We are taking concrete steps to bring it to life. As Lagos State hosts this summit today and tomorrow, we reaffirm our unwavering commitment to lead by example, to remain the beacon of innovation, resilience, and sustainable progress in our sub-Saharan Africa.
Other states like Osun is towing this line with the creation of a carbon economy blueprint.
We have begun the domestication of the National Climate Change Act 2021. We have established frameworks for greenhouse gas accounting at subnational level, and we are working toward a carbon economy blueprint that transforms emissions into opportunities. But we also know that no state can walk this path alone. Climate governance is not a competition, it is a communion. It is in Lagos that we see what's possible when governance, innovation, and moral clarity intersect. So today, as we gather in the space of ideas and intent, let us commit not only to talk about resilience, but to finance it, to institutionalize it, and to live it. Let us make Africa's blue economy not just a vision for tomorrow, but an enterprise of today, powered by green money, guided by blue wisdom, and anchored on the deep current of continental collaboration.
Topical issues on blue economy, coastal innovation, and financing Africa's coastal resilience was also highlighted at the event.
The Blue Economy Policy Framework and the Presidential Initiative on Climate Action are clear statements of intent from the federal government. At the state level, Lagos is developing innovative water transport systems, coastal protection programs, and waste-to-energy initiatives. Now, for context, globally, climate finance has become the fastest-growing segment of development capital, with over $1 trillion available annually and rising. And so the opportunity is clear. Alignment remains the missing link. Investors, whether in Beijing, Dubai, or London, are looking for three important things: policy coherence, regulatory predictability, and project bankability. If we align this across tiers of government, we can unlock billions in private and blended capital for Lagos State's blue economy, as well as for the multiple climate-resilient infrastructure developments going on.
Representative of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy reads out the ministry's achievement in the last 2 years.
The Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy has implemented wide-ranging reforms to strengthen governance, integrate policies, and position Nigeria as a continental leader in sustainable maritime development. In the last 3.5 years, we have no single piracy in Nigerian territorial waters. We have also been able to reduce piracy in the Gulf of Guinea by 90%.
Join me in welcoming Mr. Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos.
Governor Sanwo-Olu says the state government is building a coastal resilience that would unlock more economic opportunities for the state.
For us in Lagos, one of the things that we've also done is around also our Omieko initiative. We're creating a low-carbon water transport network, which we believe will be powered by innovative financing created by AFD, EU Investment Bank. We believe in that we're creating a system with clean energy ferries. There will be solar-decked hubs, smart navigational system. It will certainly ease the pressure on our road infrastructure. It will reduce emission, and it will create what we call green jobs, new green jobs, all on the water. We have commenced the gazetting of our wetland reserves and mangroves forests alongside our wetland carbon credit framework to reward communities for conservation efforts and that will attract climate capital into restorative projects. And so at the institutional level, we have set up the Lagos Lagoon Authority. We believe it will coordinate waterways management, it will monitor pollution, and it will enforce environmental compliance. It will be guided by our polluter pay framework, where responsibility and accountability will go hand in hand.
The event was rounded off with the launch of the Climate Investment Opportunities Diagnostic, a new policy document designed to connect environmental opportunities with actionable investment strategies for building a resilient, low-carbon future. On day 2 of the Lagos International Climate Change Summit, participants engaged in a series of breakout sessions where panelists examined critical sectors from urban planning to clean transportation in achieving rapid economic growth.
We have a program called the BITP, which is Bus Industry Transit Program. In that program, what it does is it systematically takes away those buses and then we scrap them and provide them with cleaner energy buses. Of course, with funding backed by World Bank and a couple of DFIs. We also have that ongoing on the waterways, which is a VITP, Vessel Industry Transit Program. So there must be a way, a strategic way in taking away those buses and those boats and replacing them with buses that, of course, cleaner energy inclined and also do not make the people, the former owners, lose their jobs. So it's something that has to be strategic.
One of the troubling statistics that always comes to my mind is from a World Bank study from a few years ago that identified that in Lagos, we have $2 billion of health costs directly related to emissions from the transport sector. Along with that $2 billion is about 11,000 premature deaths annually, and that's tragic. And this is why Lagos State government is at the forefront of this energy transition. An interesting story, at Loma, we have about 1,000 compactor trucks, all diesel. We heard about the presidential CNG initiative, and we went to Abuja. By the time we got to Abuja and engaged with them, came back to Lagos, we discovered that Lagos was actually farther ahead than the federal government, about 3 years ahead. And we started a partnership with Ibile Oil and Gas. And with Ibile Oil and Gas, we're converting 25 of our trucks to CNG. But we now have a policy that any new procurement is going to be CNG, and those trucks are being assembled locally in Ogba.
The voices on the frontline session spotlighted Lagos conservation champions with their stories underscoring the power of grassroots action.
When you talk about localizing these things, what I first of all feel is most farmers work as singles, but I feel like what we are really missing is farm clusters. Farm clusters are very, very important. Why? Because when it comes to production, let's say a farmer has 1 plot of land. I'll use plots so it's easier. To produce food would not be as efficient as someone that's using tractors. So I feel like if there are farm clusters and farm estates, it's easier for mechanization to come in. So think, for example, you have a cluster of 50 farmers with 1 plot each. What you can do is that you could give 1 tractor, 1 plow, 1 ridger. So each farmer is having a mechanized farm per se, but not really owning the machines. So that's why it's very important to have farm clusters and farm estates.
You may wonder, we already have markets all over Lagos, but those markets are largely informal. Those markets do not still give us the best in terms of price points or in terms of quality or wholesomeness, and the impact on the environment is grave. You go to some market areas or even undesignated market areas, because what you see is at a bus stop, one person starts to trade. After 2 or 3 days or 1 week, another person joins. And by the end of the year, a large-scale, full-blown market is ongoing, even though that is not an approved market point. What happens is they sell with nylon bags, they sell with styrofoam packs, they sell with plastics, and automatically they start to dump by the side of the road or in our gutters. Before you know it, the rains come, the gutters are flooded because there is nowhere for the water to flow through. The roads become flooded, and before you know it, you start to have potholes. From there, it degenerates, and before you know it, it becomes unpliable. These are the effects of having markets or undesignated points becoming markets. Aside that, yes, we bring in a lot of our foods from out of state, but trust me, we have many farmers in Lagos. Unfortunately, the system is cartelized. So when I say cartelized, there are food cartels. So a lot of Lagos farmers are even excluded from the markets they should be selling to.
The Lagos International Climate Change Summit 2025 has passed a strong message. Climate change begins with collective responsibility towards building Africa's climate resilience that is safe for everyone.